All right, I'm going to do a very quick intro and just let y'all know what we're doing. Today is a master bedroom, how I decorated for fall video. And I'm also going to be sharing a couple of things that I brought from my living room since the home remodel is done. We brought a couple of things that were thrifted and styled in there into the master bedroom. I kept it very minimal, but a lot of my decor honestly already fits the fall theme. So that's why I didn't have to do much in here. I got some new bedding, I got some new pillows, some new pillow covers. So I'm going to share all of that with you in this video. Okay, we're just going to start off here showing you a few clips of these bed skirts that we were currently using. And because we were, at the time of filming this, kind of stuck in our bedroom while our home renovation was going on, I decided that I wanted to kind of decorate in here and change some things up. And because I wanted to change out the bed skirts, it's kind of a whole process. You have to take the mattress off and all the things. So we said, well, while we're stuck in here during the renovation, let's just go ahead and clean underneath the bed and mop and all the things, because we really couldn't get into the rest of our house at this time anyway. So we just took advantage of being in our bedroom and cleaned it very well. Here is the black bed skirt that I wanted to use. I thrifted this at Salvation Army, and I'm going to be layering it with another thrifted bed ruffle here, not bed ruffle, bed skirt here in just a minute. You will see that, but I wanted to show y'all what we use on our bed skirts to kind of hold them in place. We got these, I believe, at Bed Bath & Beyond a long time ago. I'll try to find some more on Amazon if I can, and I will link them. Here is a clip of my bed skirts layered. The first time I showed this on my channel, so many of y'all were like, I have never heard of anybody layering their bed skirts, but I really like how it looks and I'm going to try it. So let me know down below if you are one of those that tried layering your bed skirts at some point. So here's the new bedding that I got. All I got was the bedspread. It did not come with shams or sheets or anything like that. I just got the bedspread, and I really like the colors in this. I think it goes perfectly for fall, and I think it's going to actually look good at Christmas and through winter as well. So when I was kind of shopping around for a new one, I tried to keep that in mind. I did go ahead and pick me up a new little throw blanket to keep on the end of the bed, because sometimes, like on a Sunday or something like that, I like to just come lay on the bed and watch a cozy show or something like that if my husband has football or something going on that I don't want to watch, and I'll just cover up with one of those little blankets. I picked up this beautiful pumpkin pillow at Walmart. It's actually by the My Texas Home line, and it is gorgeous. Then I wanted to move over here and just simply change out the material on my vanity. I believe that you can just change out things very simply for the different seasons, and you don't have to go all out with decor. So just simply changing out this one little thing made a big difference over here, in my opinion, and I truly love how it looked. Now, I do want to mention that in some of these clips, you are going to be seeing me with long fingernails, and then in some of these clips, they are very short. That's because some of these clips were filmed back when our home renovation was going on, and then some of them, like these clips you're seeing here, I filmed these literally just like yesterday. Okay, something I want to change in here since they put our new doors on with the new knobs and everything. When I look at that door and then these closet doors, something's throwing me off. So I think what will help me with these doors is doing just a very simple little change on them, and that is to change out the knobs. I bought some of these at Lowe's, and they match what I put in the bathroom, and they also kind of match what's on my dresser here. So I'm going to change those out, and hopefully that will kind of change the look over here that I'm loving. And then I keep these pictures over here too. So see, even with like these pictures, I think it will look so good. So let's change all of these out before I give y'all an overall look of the room. So now let's just go in and take a peek at everything kind of put together. I really love that I was able to bring a very fall look in here without doing a lot of different pumpkins and just fall signs, and you know what I mean. I really am trying to bring the seasons in without having to tell you that I'm bringing the seasons in, if that makes sense. So here's how the bedding looks all on. I love it. All the pillows there, it turned out really good. Okay, so I've talked about and showed you some of these pieces that were bought retail. The black pillowcases, I got off Amazon, and I got them ruffled. They were very inexpensive. I already had the pillows, and I got them ruffled just because I wanted to, like, I don't know, make it like delicate it up just a little bit. Everything is kind of got a very masculine, in my opinion, color to it in here. So I wanted to just try to make it look a little more feminine, if that makes sense. Now the pillows that you see that are behind all of these, I actually got those thrifting, and I love those. I use those all the time. We'll talk about a few more pieces since we're here at the bed that are thrifted. So I use an old antique door here over my bed as a headboard. And this is the door, actually, that was the inspiration for me to pick out the new doors that I did when we did our renovation. This is what I wanted my new ones to look like. I wanted them to kind of mimic this old antique door. That wreath is thrifted. The bells are from an estate sale. I just really like how all of the bedding came together. Very neutral colors, very fall looking colors, but also colors that I can add in Christmas decor and not have to change out the bedding or anything. So then let's move over here in this corner. Well, actually, let's go over here by the large wardrobe. So as you come in our bedroom, there is my big, beautiful new door there. We have a large wardrobe cabinet here. So in here beside the wardrobe, I added in this old antique ironing board. I used to have this in our living room, and I did not want to get rid of this, so I moved it back here. I had a thrifted like chicken little hook thing here, and I just took that down because I wanted to have this in here. And the reason I didn't put it back in the living room is because our TV now is centered on the wall, and I just really didn't want to hang it on the wall in there. And then I just have a little thrifted, like a trash can basket here. However, we don't put anything in it as of right now. It just sits there to look cute. So that's all I did right there. And then, of course, we're going to pass by our beautiful master bathroom now that is all made over. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go check it out. This was a wonderful before and after. I did change the curtains in here. Oh, let me just step in here and show y'all a couple of the updates that I did do. So I brought and put these curtains in here, and I like these so much better because I feel like I had little drop cloth curtains in here to match this, and it was just too, I don't know, stale looking, plain, like it needed just a little something. And I needed to change out my curtains. I can't get these even. What is the deal? I changed out my curtains in the kitchen because this material was like all lumpy at the bottom. So what I did is I just flipped it. I flipped these so that the bottom kind of has this little scrunched look, and I just think that looks cute. And then I just flipped the part up there that was uneven and put some little clips on them. And I also painted, I took y'all's advice and I painted all of the trimmed out part of the window. So I do like that a whole lot better. And like I said, if that does not make sense to you, definitely go back and watch our renovation series with the bathroom and you'll understand. So then just moving over here, I love this rack right here. I keep this here all the time. I normally change out this stuff here for the different seasons. So I just have some ivory. What are these? Hydrangeas. I really wish I would have had something else to put in here. This is not my favorite look right now over here. I really wish I would have found like some really dark brown ones, but I did not want to spend any more money. So I just said, well, I'm just going to deal with this year. Maybe next year I can do something different. But all of this over here is thrifted. The peg rack, purse, hanger, and that's actually a curtain, just a lace curtain that I just kind of put up here just for a different little, you know, texture over here in this area. And I think it looks really cute. Sometimes I'll have like an old school, like baby, like white baby gown that I got at some yard sales hanging here, different things like that. But for now, this is just how I did it for the fall. And I really like that. And then I will usually after fall, take this down and do like a Christmas wreath or something. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing this Christmas, y'all. Everything is so different in my house. So we will see. And then over here, this is my husband's nightstand. I have matching lamps that I got. I believe I got those at Goodwill. I can't remember, but I love these so much. They are true brass and glass. And then I got the shades at a different time. So I bought the lamp bases one day thrifting, and then I ended up finding the shades later. Now, I just kind of layered some stuff here just to kind of bring in fall touches. A couple of old books, and this is some of the, I don't know, what do you call it, faux floral that I got at Hobby Lobby. And I just really like the neutral look of this. And it almost from kind of far away looks like, you know, the season's changing and this is like dying off or dead. And so it kind of just goes with the color scheme I've got going on in here. Like I said, I got these at Hobby Lobby and I absolutely love them. This picture here is actually from Hobby Lobby one year when they had like a 75% off or a 90% off clearance. And I do use this right now because I don't have true ironstone pictures this big. However, I am on the hunt, and that is the kind of things that I'm thrifting for that I can replace with true antiques and vintage pieces. Not that there's anything wrong with using those. However, I am just on a mission to have the authentic and organic ironstone pieces. So when I can replace that, when I can find one that I can afford to replace that, I will. Now this piece here I got from my daughter Kelsey. We were out thrifting together one day at a Goodwill, and I spotted it first, honestly, and then I left it. And then she went and picked it up. She loved it, and she used it for a while, and I told her, if you ever get rid of it, let me know. She got tired of it, and she says, Mom, I'm getting rid of it. Do you want it? And I said, absolutely. I just love these colors, this old looking paper in here. The frame is older, and I just have it here, like I said, over this nightstand, and I really just like how this all kind of comes together. Okay, so we've already talked about the bed. Did I mention that this is a king size bedspread that I have had for years and years and years, and this is what I was using during the spring and summer. So for fall, I just folded it up and just kind of using it here as a layering piece on the end of my bed. We don't really use it because it does not get that cold here. If I get that cold, I'll grab my little blanket. I normally just fold this up, boom, 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 put it on the end of my hope chest, which my dad built me when I was 16 years old. I will never get rid of that. I love it. It is stuffed full, let me show y'all, of like my high school memorabilia and like a lot of the kids stuff. I keep it in there. Like I said, it is packed full, and everything in there has meaning, and I will never get rid of it. So moving along over here on my side of the bed, it is a little different over here as well. Of course, there's my thrifted lamp and shade that we already talked about. This crock used to be on my kitchen table, and it looks almost like I got a new crock, doesn't it? But when you scan around here, you will clearly see that it has that blue heart. I just turned it. So for fall, I didn't want to see the blue because I really don't have a lot of blue going on in here. So I just turned it, and when you walk in, I mean, unless you go around there and know that it's there, you don't see it. So I bought a lot of these blackberry stems here at Hobby Lobby. I absolutely love these, and they go so well with the black that's in my bedding, the black that's in these couple of little throw pillows there in the middle. And it just really kind of ties in that color over here. And I am obsessed with it. This pumpkin I got this year at Hobby Lobby. This table used to be in our living room. So this is another piece that was brought in from our living room after the remodel, as well as these pieces over here. So the lighting is going to get a little weird because we're by the window. But these two layering shutter shelves and doors that I've got at yard sales. That's an old pantry door right there. Let me try to get up a little bit closer so y'all can see it a little bit better. Yeah, this is an old pantry door. I think it was off my neighbor's old pantry, and I just took it and painted it, and I just kind of use it like as a layering piece like this. These used to be in the living room by our TV, and this is what used to cover our old Wi-Fi box. But I did something different in there, and then I thought, well, this corner really needs something, so let me bring these in here. I'm trying to get the lighting to work for y'all. It just does not want to work. Okay, well, I closed the windows for just a second so that hopefully y'all can get a feel for what I'm talking about. See how it's got that brown and that black, and then that little heart wreath I thrifted probably just a couple of months ago, and it kind of almost matches the one behind my bed, except the one behind my bed is not a heart shaped, but they are pretty much the same. And so I think that, like I said, just it helps tie it all in and all together. You got a little bit of black there in the corner. You got the blackberries. You got the black pillow covers, and then the black in the bedding. So I really, really like how all of this tied together and kind of gave me a fall masculine kind of look, but with some very dainty and feminine touches, like with just the wispiness of the blackberries, and then the ruffles on the pillows just kind of help give it a little bit of a feminine touch, in my opinion. I'll get these windows back open. So yes, I still have a window unit in my window, even though it's fall here in Texas. It is still like a 90 degrees, and at night it gets so stuffy. So down here, I do have, excuse me, a couple of thrifted, antique, and vintage picnic baskets. I normally have a fan on here, but I was using it in my bathroom earlier. I have a fan that I keep propped up here at night. It's the perfect height to blow like right in my face. I love it. But I got these thrifting, and I use all of my thrifted baskets like this to hold and store different things. And somebody had a good question one time. They asked me, how do you know what's in what? Well, I know that I always keep this one over here on the top full of things, like I've got plate hangers in there, command strips, just different things like that that I use to decorate with a lot. I always keep that one there on the top because I use it the most. And then in the bottom here, I have like some extra linen, I try to keep my linens separate if they are lace or if they're doilies and different things like that. So that's what's in the bottom there. And if I ever forget, I just look inside and try to remember where I put what. I know that I have like seasonal sheets in one. I have I kind of have things just tucked everywhere that I don't use on a daily basis. And if I kind of forget which one they're in, because I have so many of those, I'll just open it up and look. All right, so moving along, I have some thrifted frames up here with some wedding pictures of my husband and I. And then over here on the dresser, I've got another one of those baskets. And I just kind of like having the height here on one end. There's a couple things kind of tucked in back here. This Wexford decanter I use for water for my not air purifier, my diffuser. And this little cutting board, I thrifted this not too long ago. And I use it on top of this basket because there was a lot of unlevelness. And so this kind of just brought in, again, another extra touch of different texture other than the basket, and it allows me to have this up here and it be even, and it just holds a few of my little decorative pieces. I just got this recently. Y'all are actually going to see this in a haul on Friday, so some of y'all are getting to see this a little early. Love that. And then, like I said, all of this is thrifted except for the florals and the pure air purifier, which I don't have on right now because it makes a lot of noise. It's got a little motor in it, and it's very distracting for my microphone. So yeah, that. And then this runner here is thrifted, as well as the cast iron irons, all the books, this little glass jar, which I just put some ribbon from Hobby Lobby on to give a little fall touch to that. But this pick here that's in this glass jug, I'm trying to get behind it where y'all can see them good. These I got from Hobby Lobby probably 2 months after fall last year, and they were marked down like 90%. So I think I paid like $1 for this pick, and it looks really, really pretty in here with all of the fall stuff. I've actually had that in there. I think I had that in there all through the summer as well. The glass jug is a thrifted find, as well as this book and this lamp and shade. So I really like how all of this looks together too on our big, beautiful dresser. I'll just try to give y'all a little scan of that. Okay, and then moving over here to this corner, this is all kind of still the same. I have a printer's tray there that I got at a yard sale, and I just keep mine plain like that. Sometimes I'll put a wreath on it, but since I have this whole setup going right here, with this basket and florals in it. I didn't want to put a wreath and have a wreath with florals and then this. I just felt like that was too much. So, excuse me. So this is how I just have this decorated over here with all thrifted pieces, everything except for the florals that are from Hobby Lobby. But all of these baskets hold different things for me, like seasonal sheets. I mean, you name it. I just have all kind of stuff. Seasonal clothing. I just keep use of them. They're not just for decor. I try to make my decor pieces very functional for me. And then I have these beautiful pictures over here that I got in an antique store, and I absolutely love, love, love these. I think it made a huge, huge difference. It's a lot easier to tell in person how much of a difference they made, but I am definitely a lot happier with that than just those big old chunky cheap wooden painted over knobs that we had on there. And then of course right here, this is something that y'all saw in the beginning of the video where we were changing out this, and I really, really like how this looks better. It just kind of ties into with the bathroom curtains, in my opinion. So you have the curtains that match this material, and then you have this in here. So, and you have the little bitty black night light. So again, just trying to kind of tie all of these colors together. Here's some of my vintage thrifted pieces here. I use this to hang jewelry. This is a shoe measuring pretty little thing here that I just have up here for looks. It don't really serve a purpose. All of my beautiful little pieces that I really, really love. Ignore my camera sliding through in the mirror. But again, I have this obsession with like very old boxes and things. And so I just have both of these on here. And this one here is holding a lot of the essential oils that I will use for, say, like at night or in my diffuser. And then the one here on the bottom, even though the latches don't work on these, y'all, I still use these. This one is holding a lot of my nail supplies. So you can see I'm keeping a lot of that in here. And so definitely making use of these beautiful pieces here and trying to make them functional as well. I'm sorry, I don't know where I was taking y'all a while ago, but I think I'm back on track now. And then I just have a bunch of other thrifted, not a bunch, I have several other thrifted pieces on here. This brass pocket change, little piece here, vanity set. And then I got this whole set here at Goodwill. And I just love these. Like, look at just the aged looking brass on those. Absolutely obsessed with that. So yes, that's how the top of my vanity looks. And I am still on the hunt for a chair for this vanity, y'all. As you will see, there is no chair there. So I haven't been using it as much because I just can't find a chair. Sometimes we'll have a fold-up chair in here that I'll sit at, that I'll sit in and sit at this. We just had a family dinner and we were using it in the living room. So I need to bring it back in here. But yes, that is my master bedroom all decorated for fall with mostly thrifted pieces. I know there are not a lot of, you know, pumpkins and fall signs and all the things. I do have, yeah, I have one pumpkin in here, so we're doing the fall thing. And then my pillow has the pumpkin on it. It's just very subtle. And I just really, really like how it turned out. So thank y'all for coming and just seeing how I cozied up our bedroom for fall. I will put a clip up of kind of what it looks like at night just with the lamps on. But yeah, y'all be sure and come back on Wednesday. We're going to have a kind of an interesting video coming up on Wednesday. I'm going to be talking to y'all a little bit. So I hope to see y'all then. In the meantime, we hope y'all have a wonderful evening. We love y'all, and I'll see you back here on Wednesday with a brand new video.